Hopefully everyone else has had a little break. We can just do this. Okay, first things first is, let me get these all-time high and all-time low numbers in. It's the all-time low. Perfect. Look at that. That's correct. All-time high. Okay, that's all right. It's pretty much fine. Okay, so first things first. So we have made a all-time low after the launch. There hasn't been a run on this. It's just been a pretty steady sell-off. A lot of volume here. So there's going to be a bunch of liquidity, trapped liquidity there. The point of control is at the lows, which is good, and we're just above. We're just above the point of control. Looks like we've flipped the point of control into support. See that? Bam. And that's just today. Oh my god. That's good. So let me see the price action on a local time frame here. Interesting. So basically this morning. Okay, let me put these volume levels in. Point of control. So this value area high is also a high volume node. So that's going to be your big resistance right there. And there's a lot of liquidity there in this drop. Something to bear in mind. If I do a range pull, not a range pull, a fib pull from the all-time high down to the all-time low, you kind of so what you can see here is the golden pocket is just underneath this value area high, which is just underneath this high volume node. So we have quite large resistance at that level. That's very large resistance. You have a lot of confluence for resistance higher up. We have this 236, which is acting as some sort of SR flip as well. See that? Support, resistance, resistance. So there's definite SR flip on the 236. These higher time frame fib levels are acting as the ranges on the way down, so it wouldn't be surprising for the price to range on the way up in between these major fib levels too. So that's kind of expected. At the moment we're in this lower range. If you look at this, we're in the lower range here, and arguably this range is split into two, with the point of control dividing this lower range. We have this range here, another range here, and another range here, and then the rest. The rest is probably kind of somewhere there, and then the golden pocket is more of an area than a specific line. It's kind of what you're looking at now in terms of the price action. There's a high volume node here. And obviously the high volume node at the value area high, which is at the top end of the golden pocket. I won't mark it out, but it's there. So let me just put these into my create a group of drawings. Volume levels. All right, that's that. Get rid of these now. And what I'm going to do now is just quickly just draw these. I'll go to the higher time frame. I'll go to the 3-day chart now, just to see where the ranges begin and end. So basically, what I'm suggesting is that these major fib lines are acting as the boundaries of the ranges, and I'm going to take a volume pool from where the price enters the range and exits the range, and I'm just going to do that on every single bit of the range, the different ranges. Do these two, do this whole bottom bit. Okay, and then higher up, let me have a look at this. Probably right up to the value area high, and then probably the rest. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of volume and resistance there, because you have the value area high of this range, you have the value area low of that range, plus the point of control, which is a high volume node. You've got the value area high of the overall range, and you've got the top part of the golden pocket. So we're looking at crazy strong resistance up there. Good place to short. Let me just quickly have a look at let me just put these into their own groups. Can't spell. Hide those. Just keep those for reference. Can hide those now. Just hide this fib retracement now and just keep those. Now what I want to have a look at is the momentum of the market, see what it looks like. There you go. We're just about to form. So yeah, this is quite good, huh? So you had a golden cross there, and then it's kind of not being able to def cross. So that's pretty good. You kind of want to see that. You don't want to see a def cross. Look at the other charts. So we have still pretty strong downward momentum on the 3-day chart. You can see this 200 3-day moving average. It's still untested, untouched. So you, unfortunately, that's going to still kind of guide the price a little bit. On the weekly chart, we've finally come back above it. That's good. That's what you want to see. But there's still quite a strong downwards momentum. We haven't had the same thing as with the other, with TRVL. We haven't really had a relief rally, which kind of changes the momentum a little bit. We've never really relief rallied on this token. That being said, let me have a look at this move here. Is that it's quite impulsive, but I can't see 5 waves here. Can't see 5 waves. There's no 5 waves here, I don't think, unless that's your wave 1, that's your wave 3, and that's your 5 to form your wave 1. Potentially there's a potential kind of initial wave 1, with the wave 3 here being expansive. Potentially, it's hard to know whether that is it for the wave 1, and then we're in a long corrective 2. It's potentially there. Because it is quite impulsive. See, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, and then you have like the last impulse before it kind of goes into a longer term correction. There's something, potentially there's something there. As long as you don't make another low, which we're not, then potentially this is the whole thing here is a corrective 2. If that was the one, potentially. It's hard to see, but it could be, there could be like, that could be the wave 1. We're in a wave 2 now, and then I don't know if this is the beginning of the next wave. Okay, the only problem is that you have quite a strong downwards momentum from this downtrend. And it's pretty easy to see on the 3-day chart. This 200 moving average is still kind of trending downwards. We haven't flattened it out yet. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to push the price down. If you do go up, then potentially you'll correct back into it like that. So we just have to see how that kind of acts in the future. It's hard to know right now, but there is still a strong downward momentum on this token. Look at that as well. So look at all these things. That's good. Yeah, it's quite easy to see on the monthly time frame. You see how this monthly midpoint of this Bollinger Band, which is a 20 simple moving average, is still kind of steadfastly heading in the downward direction. There's still quite a lot of downward momentum on this token. You just got to bear that in mind. So we're still, I don't think we're in an uptrend right now, not just yet. And in terms of market structure, something cool, because we have made an all-time low. It looks like, so that's your lower high. These are your lower lows. This is your higher high. This is the daily time frame. So to make a higher high on the daily time frame and change daily time frame market structure, the price has to get up there to form a higher high. And so basically at the moment we've made a higher high here. That's your lower high. This is your lower low. So if the price can get up there to change market structure, it needs to get above this high. That'll be your higher high, and this will be your higher low. But this only becomes a higher low after the price gets up there to make a new higher high. So if it doesn't, if the price can't get up there to make a higher high, then we have to see what happens, because the danger is if you can't, then you can always make a lower low, and then that can become your lower high. There's a lot of things that could happen because we still haven't changed daily market structure to bullish yet. It still hasn't happened. This was the first sign of a change, but it's not confirmed. The confirmation is if the price manages to get above that pivot high. And then obviously you have let me see on the weekly time frame, you have the same problem on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, actually when I'm looking at this now, this is your lower high. Potentially, because that was your lower low. Lower high, lower low. Oh, actually, maybe not. Let me have a look. Maybe that is your lower high here, because we made a lower low here, then you made a lower high, then a lower low. So that's actually potentially that is your lower low. So actually maybe that is your higher high on the weekly time frame, because if that was your lower low, from the lower high to lower low to lower high to lower low to higher high. So actually maybe this will be a weekly market structure change as well if we can get above this high. So there's a bit of a potentially there's a market structure change in play, but the key is going to be taking out this pivot high. I think that's really important to change market structure. This pivot high is really going to be important. There's simply people need to buy up there. So that's market structure. So we're still not in confirmed bullish market structure, and on the daily time frame, see on the daily time frame, higher high. So no, actually look, so this is interesting. On the daily time frame, you're making lower highs, you make higher highs. You're making lower lows, so this is your low to beat. So as long as the price, as far as market structure is concerned, as long as the price doesn't come back down underneath this level here, then we're holding a lower low, which is here, a higher low, which is here. That's your higher high. And if we make a new higher high, then the higher low moves to here. So we just have a higher low here. All right. So I mean, it's possible. There's possible market structure change in the works, as long as we don't make a lower low here. I think you don't even need to go to a all-time low, because at the moment I can see but that was your higher low before you made a higher high. So that's the low to beat if you want to change market structure back down to bearish. If the price was to get down to there, I think you're looking at an all-time low. So actually you'll know much sooner rather than later. It's this pivot low here that will identify a bit of a bearish continuation. That's quite important. So that's market structure, having a look at that. So there is a possibility of a change. Let me have a look at the candles. So we have a very strong yearly resistance here. I'm going to mark that off. Can't ignore those. That basically is at the same place as the value area high. You see that? So I mean, there's crazy strong resistance there. This is the difficulty with this token is I've just literally marked out pretty strong resistance up here. There is a danger with this token if it doesn't get crazy volume to push through. There is a danger that you just make a lower high on the yearly time frame, and then you're just ranging, or you're just continuing this bearish market structure. There is a danger. So effectively what I'm saying is it's the same thing with a lot of these tokens which make all-time lows, is that in this bull market you have to make another all-time high. You have to. It's really important that these tokens do that. On the 6-month time frame, that's a really nice reversal candle here. Getting a little bit of lag, not much, just a little bit. Let me know if it causes problems. This red doji is really nice. It's like a reversal candle. Let me just check something on my phone. Just have a look at my BTC trade actually, because I just got an alert. Give me a second. If my buy bit works. Oh god, it just had a little pumpy. Okay, it was long as just closed. Big long is just closed. Okay, that's fine. That looks okay. Still stay in the short. You get stopped out, you get stopped out. It's life. That's a really nice doji in the lows, increasing volume. That's kind of what you want to see for a reversal doji in the lows. So this is the formation, the beginning formation of a 6-month reversal pattern. This is a nice candle, this 3-month inverse hammer into the lows, increasing volume. That's a really nice reversal candle into the lows. That's kind of what you want to see. So that's like a bullish reversal candle. The price action is taking out the liquidity right up to this point. There is a bit of a SR flip here on these candles. There. On the bottom of that wick. I'll mark it off just to see if we can see anything on the local time frame. And then that monthly level's been tapped. You have another monthly level up there. A few monthly levels, I'll mark those off. These monthly levels, liquidity levels. Again, up there in that yearly level, you have a monthly level there. You have a few. And then one up there. The problem, you see, the problem with the way the price dropped, and you can clearly see it on the monthly time frame, is that you've created two gigantic, ginormous green candles on the way down. Yeah. And so that's pretty bearish. It's like bearish price action. So as the price tries to get up somehow, these are basically going to act as order blocks for resistance. So there's quite a lot of strength in resistance higher up. So it's quite simply what happened was that a lot of people were bullish and they got trapped. And there was quite a large volume which trapped all of these people in the highs. So you have a lot of trapped liquidity in these highs, and it's pretty evident because you've got these green candles. I think a lot of people who are trapped will naturally place limit orders here to exit as the price comes back up. So you're going to have a little bit of a sell pressure in the price as the price comes up. Doesn't matter, it doesn't mean you can't get through it. It just means you're going to require a lot of volume. Basically, we're talking about a lot of volume. You see that volume? That's a lot of volume. That's 502 billion volume. And when you look at the current volume, these current green candles, they're relatively low. Look, that's 22 billion. That's 38 billion. This red candle here was 502 billion. You're basically going to need pretty much the same or more volume to get through that level. 500 billion plus, just to get through that level. That's just how it works. You just can't ignore it. You just can't ignore the trap liquidity, and it hasn't been cleared yet. That's the problem. So these are the monthly levels. Let me just quickly do the weekly levels. It's good practice to do these levels because when you're kind of buying and selling, you know roughly where to do it. Basically, these are the levels where you're going to find the most. That's cleared. You got what that's cleared. There's one up there. It's your weekly level. I won't put the cleared liquidity. I'll just put the fresh uncleared liquidity. See, that's cleared. That's fresh. A fresh one there. A fresh one there. A nice one there. Potentially there. I mean, it does go up and take it, so I won't mark it before it drops. I'll leave that one. That one's been cleared. This is now cleared. Underneath us, see, there's one there. I mean, it's been cleared because you see the candle goes down, clears it, and then comes up. It's still relevant. Just in case we do go down, it's good to have these levels. That's cleared, but it's relevant. And then again here, you see how it's cleared, but it's still relevant because it's at the lows. There isn't really, these aren't untapped liquidity levels. These are tapped at the lows. You would continue this exercise on the daily time frame, and potentially we're forming a daily candle level here. Potentially, if this daily candle closes green, which is really likely to happen, but who knows? I've got one there. I'll just put the untapped ones. There's one there. There's one lower down here. These are all cleared, 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 cleared. There's nothing there. There we go. It's all stuck. I'll move that. These are all cleared. There's one there. Cleared. These are all cleared. There's one there. There's a couple up there. And then that's the weekly. I won't mark it because it's in the same place. That's cleared. Right. So when you're looking at the price action, when you're looking at the liquidity levels, see these all cleared. The reason why you can know that they're cleared is because you see how the wicks go up. The wicks go up, clear it, and then the price drops. Clears the liquidity, and then the price drops. Clears, see that daily level? It might still be relevant, but the reality is that the price has gone up, cleared the liquidity, and then dropped. So that's a wash level. So it's less significant. It might still react, but it's less significant than an uncleared, untapped level. So this one that's forming now, see, it's untapped because the price hasn't traded through it yet. So when you're looking at all of these like higher time frame levels, it gives you a kind of an easy way to see where the liquidity levels are. And as you can see with the price action, there's quite a large amount of liquidity levels above the price action. That's what I was saying. It's not going to be an easy run up. There's that start flip. There it is. Put that there. Just mark that off. All right. That's that. We've got this SR flip right now. I'll leave that. And these are, I'll put these at the bottom, that's fine. I don't mind those. All right. Is there a launch price? Let me have a look and see. It's hard to tell if there's a launch price. Is this kind of, don't know where it launched. 267, 267, possibly there. Possibly that's a launch price, which is why it's come back into that level. We're above it now, so I'll ignore it. Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Look at that resistance. It's like a crazy, it's like a rainbow of resistance up in those highs. And you have an SR flip in the way here. SR flip here, a bit higher up, and which is on a higher volume node. So basically, what you really need for the price to go up is you need this high volume node to flip into support. And I think this SR flip is really important because you can see here on the bottom of this wick, you see how the price reacts as it comes under resistance, support, resistance, and you have resistance in. So I think when it comes to price action, this white line that I have, this SR flip, which is just above this high volume node, is really important. Okay, but you have a lot of other important lines. This 236 is important. I mean, basically all the fib levels are important. Okay, we're coming into a fib level now. Even if we get above there, we're into resistance. Get above there, that will be an easy run potentially. Yeah, I mean, it's foreseeable that the price can, in the bull market, get to the higher prices, but I don't know how easy it's going to be to get through the value area high. Basically that yearly level, that this is it, this is the real kind of this golden pocket, this whole area. And look at all of that liquidity above it. Look at all of that. It's too much. So from here to the first kind of crazy resistance that I'm contemplating, from where we are now to the golden pocket, it's only a 4.7x. It's not much. It's not much. In one sense, that's good because it means people aren't, they might hodl. But I mean, you just need volume to get through that. And realistically, like just being realistic, to get through the golden pocket, which is also the value area high of this whole range, the overall range, you're just not going to do it in one simple pass. It's just not going to happen. You might have to have a few attempts. You kind of have to clear liquidity to go up. It's not going to be easy. No, I can't see ease in getting through there. All right. And I can't see a trade right now because we've already had two quite expansive green weeks, and we're kind of pushing into resistance, which is this 236 level. And then once you clear the resistance, you're straight into resistance, like 20-30% up, you're into resistance. It's only then after you clear this SR flip that you can make another 42% up to the 382, which will act as resistance. From the 382 to the 50%, that's another 65% up, right? The best trade here, in my mind, would be back at the point of control. Like literally, like I think just looking at this price action, if I was interested to pick up this token, I would want it right now. I'd want it as low as possible. I wouldn't chase the pump. I'd look for the correction and another correction potentially. As long as we don't make a lower low here, then we're still good. Doesn't mean this can't come back down. Like, why not? It's done it once before. Look, we went up like this. Correction. Another one. Let's have a correction. Yeah, it's really correct. Come back down once more. That's kind of what I would want as like if I was thinking about trading this. I wouldn't, or if we saw some strength, like I don't really like the idea of buying into a high volume node here. How far is the price to that high volume node? It's only 39%. Like even if you were to enter here, you would take profit there. There would be a pullback. Do you hold the 236 after you get up there and take profit? I don't know. If you don't, then it will go down again. So realistically speaking, what I would be more interested in doing is allowing the momentum of the market to diminish. Quite easy to see the momentum. You just look at these moving averages on the higher time frame, like this 200 moving average on the 3-day chart. Just let that diminish. It's going to take a little bit of time. Maybe the price will just come back down. Hold support, the POC. That would be a good entry. The best entry obviously will be to take these lows, but then you're back underneath the point of control, which you don't really want to do, because then you take the trade and you still have to sell into the point of control. So in the context of what I'm seeing, maybe what would be better is to let the price continue to correct and then try and catch potentially. I could be wrong, but maybe then, maybe sometime in June. Dare I say it? If it can correct and come down there, be a good place to buy it. Then if we can get the price back up, then we get pounds there. Potentially, I don't know. That's kind of what I'm potentially seeing in the price action, and this is just one idea of an imagination. Anything can happen in crypto, anything can happen, but one thing that isn't going to happen is for us to get through this golden pocket, value area high of the whole range, the yearly level and other levels easily. There's no way we're going to get through. So whatever happens, whoever is in along here, wherever they enter, whenever it happens in the future, that will be your big take profit here. Massive take profit. Like, you're almost out. That's only a 5x up roughly, and then you'll just wait for the correction and then see where it lands, potentially for another attempt. And then the problem is time is running out, you know, because you've only got the bull market to do this. The Bitcoin bull market, it's only going to last a year and a half, who knows? A year and a half. Got a year and a half to get past this level at the highs. It's not an easy feat. So they would literally have to do something amazing. It'd have to be like unbelievably bullish news that can get us through to these higher liquidity levels, into the all-time high. That's kind of what I'm thinking about there. If there is a trade to be had, unfortunately, I'm just going to be ultra conservative about it. It's going to be there. So I'm going to be ultra conservative, because you want a really good entry. Yeah, see, that's the golden pocket as well. If you go up to the 236 on this pivot low, that's the golden pocket. That would be the best entry for a trade now. And then you could just you then think about targeting. That would be like the best risk to reward trade. You're only looking at a 6.5x, but based on your invalidation, you could be looking at a 1 to 50 or whatever, depending on how wide your invalidation is. If it's just all the way down to there, that's like a 1 to 50 trade. And that's it really. And then just you'd be out. Most of your position will be out, the golden pocket, and then potentially, if it takes too long to get there, if it just takes too long, you're potentially making a lower high on the monthly time frame. That won't look good, because if you end the bull market unable to break through that area, then guess what? You're heading to the lows potentially. So you have to bear that in mind. That's a real danger for this token if it can't press through to get to the all-time high. All right, that's this. Ariva. Don't even know what it is. Have a look. Curious. It's a shame, but the world's first tourism metaverse. Ariva. Let me put this on my screen so people can see it. See that? A fully generation limitless travel experience. Virtual second life. Well, look, if Oh, there was a hacker. Look, my guess is that all the people crying over alleged hacks will soon regret they didn't rebuy and securely distribute the tokens amongst private addresses. On one occasion, some Ariva buyers were hacked. The team refunded everyone, but they continued to keep their Ariva coins in the wallet. That's already been hacked. I'm bullish. 1000x? Fuck me, 1000x. Do you know where 1000x is going to put you? It's not even practical, 1000x. Like, I don't know how these people come up with these targets. I'll keep all this just in case my predictions come true. Keep an eye on it. If I do let me go back to my screen so you can see it. So I always have to flip between screens. Is that it? So what's 1000x going to do for the price? Let's have a look. Look, if you do a fib extension, your extension is only like 1.2272 from the current price. If you were to extend, you have to get through a shitload of liquidity to get there. That's a 93x. How is this guy coming up with 1000x? If you were to overextend to the 1.618, this is an overextension from the current price. That's a 402x. So don't ever listen to these like crazy moon boys who are imagining 1000x. 1000x would put us to 1000x. So there's not even a fib level there. Like, this guy's just making that shit up, to be honest with you. And then you're going through 3 extension levels. It's just not realistic. These people don't have a clue. Literally have no clue. I think it's already hard enough to get through the liquidity here. Don't care if it was hacked or not. The fact of the matter is, there's a large amount of volume put in at the highs, and there's a large amount of liquidity here. Plus you have confluence with the golden pocket, the value area high, the yearly level, like other kinds of levels. It's not realistic. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, with increasing volume, you're able to get through. Then you're only looking at potentially this target. Why? Because anyone who's in it from the lows, from anywhere in the lows, by that point in time, they're already going to be 134x up. They're going to take profit. Do you know what happens when you take profit? You sell. Do you know what happens when you sell? The price goes down. So don't listen to these idiots who are imagining 1000x. It's just not realistic. Yeah, you're basically looking at a black swan in the upward direction to take this token to 1000x. This guy writes 10,000x. Hold on, I want you to see this madness. And this is the problem. Like, these people really have no idea. Look, Ariva jumping like aeroplane, 10,000x. It's madness. But anyway, I mean, maybe I don't know about this project. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's got a good let's have a look at the Twitter. It's got a big following. That's good. It's the most comprehensive tourism and travel ecosystem in crypto space. I mean, it could be good. They don't really post enough either. Look, They only posted on February the 14th. It's the February the 25th. Why are these guys not posting more? Like, we're in the middle of a bull market. Dude, you guys should be posting 4, 5, 6, 10 times a day. Like, what's wrong with these people? Do they not realize they have 1 year to turn this around? They probably don't. They need help. They need to ask me what to do. I'll tell them. Happy Chinese New Year to our incredible supporters. Dude, post like tell people why this is a good project. You know, like people are like, right now they're looking to invest. Give them a reason. And I don't mind it's tourism. Like, I'm into TRVL, and I like the idea. I mean, I'm an Airbnb superhost, so I know about tourism. So I don't want it to fail, but let's be realistic. I want to see pictures as well. I can't see pictures. I really don't know what to do here. Start. Book your dream holiday. Where is it? Visit website. There it is. Villa soon. Well, I mean, it'd be good to get Dtravel connected to that. Actually, you never know. So basically, they're doing what Dtravel is doing, right? Let's have a look. Guest citizenship cannot be blank. What does that mean? Guest citizenship. Don't understand. What is this rubbish? It's a little bit slower. It's not working. It's not good. Let's book a flight to New York. Can I just click on New York? I'm not fond of it. I can't tell you that I'm fond of this site yet. Not fond of it. It's hard to tell. Yacht. Soon. What does it say? It's rubbish. I'm just like, I'm already tired of that site. What else is there? Let me see what the game is like. Where's the game? Travel around the universe. Into the future. Yeah, I mean, it could work. Look at that. You like animes. Travel in the metaverse, time travel. It's basically a second life, huh? I feel like they're doing too much, huh? They should just focus. Like, I don't understand certain aspects of what I'm seeing. I don't want to be negative, like who knows, but when it comes to the charts, I can't be crazy bullish, just simply because of the liquidity levels that I've identified. That's all. I don't care if it was hacked or not. The reality is that you have you know, you have a lot of resistance there. All right, that's my Ariva update. I'll do a couple of other things as well, just for the sake of fun. Let's see. Sometimes I use this GAN fan. You see, there's a little bit of. There you go. You see how on this GAN, from the all-time high basically down to here, there's like resistance, resistance, and support, and support. So based on this GAN fan, you know, the 2-1 probably will resist, and the 3-1 and the 4-1 and the 8-1 probably. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. So just bear that in mind. Now, if I was to pull that back, yeah, there's something going on here. There's something to be aware of as well. All right. What else? Right, I think I'm done with that. Any questions? No questions. All right. That's Ariva. Oh god, I wanted to do AR. What was it? ANR